Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Patrice, and in this video we'll be doing a library book haul. This is my second library book haul of 2025. In this video I'll be reading the synopsis of 6 books, and we will get started. The first book that I have is Betrayal of Mrs. Rhinelander by Denny S. Bryce. I don't know if you can see that. And this is a Black author, and I'm gonna read the summary. Inspired by a real-life scandal that was shocking even for the tumultuous, roaring 20s, this captivating novel tells the story of a secret marriage by a New York elite that ignites an explosive battle over race and class, and 3 very different women struggling for truth, legitimacy, and the futures they risk everything to shape. New York, 1924. Born to English immigrants who've built a comfortable life, idealistic Alice Jones longs for the kind of true love her mother and father have. She believes she's found it with Leonard Kip Rhinelander, the shy heir to his prominent white family's real estate fortune. Alice, too, is white, though she is vaguely aware of rumors that question her ancestry. Gossip her parents dismiss. But when the lovers secretly wed, Kip's father threatens her new husband's inheritance unless he annuls the marriage. Devastated but determined, Alice faces overwhelming odds, legally and in the merciless court of public opinion. But there are 2 people who can either help her or shatter her hopes for good. In the 1940s, her estranged niece, Roberta Brooks, must put aside her disdain for her infamous aunt to combat an unexpected new Rhinelander legal assault. And in the 1920s, reporter Marvel Cunningham lives to chronicle social change in the Harlem Renaissance fiery creativity. But when Alice's story dominates the headlines, Marvel's job is to cover it. At first, Marvel and Roberta, in different decades, see Alice's legal entanglements as tabloid sensations generated by a self-hating woman who failed to pass. But the deeper they investigate, the more they will learn about the reasons behind Alice Jones' behavior and what the 3 women have in common. So this sounds really interesting because it's like a real-life story. So I definitely am excited to read this. And I think this is a book, I watch a lot of YouTube videos by Lex Reads, and I think this is something she would like because she likes like Harlem Renaissance, and she likes like the passing trope, like about race and stuff. So I think she would like this. The next book I have is called The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. And that is, right here. And I think on one of the channels I was watching, somebody read this and they said it was good. It was either Desmond Z or Lex Reads. I'm not sure which one. But I saw this at the library, and well, I wrote it down on my list of things to get, like for a TBR. But I saw this on my visit and I said, oh, that's on my list. Let me pick it up. And the summary says, twins, inseparable as children, ultimately choose to live in 2 very different worlds, one black and one white. The Vine sisters will always be identical, but after growing up together in a small southern black community and running away at age 16, it's not just the shape of their daily lives that is different as adults. It's everything, including their racial identities. Many years later, one sister lives with her black daughter in the same southern town she once tried to escape. Across the country, the other secretly passes for white, and her white husband knows nothing of her past. Still, although separated by so many miles and just as many lies, The fates of the twins remain intertwined. What will happen when their own daughter's story lines intersect, weaving together multiple strands and generations from the Deep South to California, from the 50s to the 90s? The Vanishing Half is at once a riveting, emotional family story and a brilliant exploration of race, gender, and identity, and the lasting influence of the past as it shapes a person's desires and expectations. So again, another historical fiction. And well, they said this one is a mystery, historical fiction, and coming of age story. So I think this is very interesting. Like, I'm always interested in the stories where it's like a person who thinks they're white and then they learn that, that they're actually black. Like, I've watched like a lot of the news stories on YouTube like about that. So this is going to be interesting, and it seems like a lot of family drama, so we shall see. The next book that I got is called All the Skills, and this is book 1 of the series. And this book is something different. So it's a fantasy, young adult, and a lit RPG. So it's lit RPG is a subgenre that combines fantasy and sci-fi with role-playing game elements. So the characters in the book are in a game-like world and must learn the game mechanics to progress, I guess, like throughout the story. And I have never heard of this, so this is going to be like a very interesting read. I also didn't know, so this book, my library, see this right here, it says new, but this book was published in 2022. So there are 4 books in the series, and I think the most recent one came out in 2024. So I'm not sure why they said it was new. I'm just interested to see how this is going to play out. Like, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to know like any background info like on these characters, or like play the video game like to get through the book. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. But let me read you the overview. For a boy coming of age and discovering a magical self-reliance and new powers for every occasion, the future is in the cards. Arthur lives with his father, a fallen but proud former noble, in Border Village 49, along with the other good folks condemned to toil in service to the Baron. But Arthur has an edge, a stolen heart card that secretly fell into his possession thanks to a dragon. It's a priceless source of power for the Baron, and the tyrant will kill to get it back. Invaluable, too, to a young man of spell-casting ambitions. So, at the behest of his father and to save his own hide, Arthur flees and joins a trader caravan on the kingdom's back roads. Mile by dusty mile, he gains new skills and learns more about his increasing capabilities. But when he meets Horatio, his sharp-tongued new best friend and a spell card collector himself, Arthur discovers the greater powers to come by building on the legendary card hidden close to his heart. One step ahead of the Baron's hunters, Arthur and Horatio forge on under a sky full of guardian dragons, from the adorably loopy to the mystically wise, and their unflappable riders. Amidst danger, rescue, and friendships with both humans and those creatures of the more leathery variety, Arthur awakens to a newfound confidence in the extraordinary things that can arise from the simplest magics. So yeah, it sounds like it's going to be good. So this is going to be very interesting. Lots of stuff I like. Magic, dragons, spells. Yeah. And the next books that I got are, of course, mysteries, my favorite. The first one is 2 parts sugar, 1 part murder by Valerie Burns, and this is a Baker Street mystery, and this is the first in the series. And it says, when Maddie Montgomery's groom is a no-show to their wedding, it's a disaster no amount of filtering can fix, but a surprise inheritance offers a chance to rebrand, as long as Maddie is willing to live in her late great-aunt Octavia's house in New Bison, Michigan, for a year, running her bakery. With help from her aunt's loyal friends, Maddie feels ready to tackle any challenge. That is, until New Bison's mayor is fatally stabbed and Maddie's fingerprints are found on the knife. Maddie's going to need a whole lot more than a trending hashtag to save her reputation and her life. Oh yeah, this is definitely up my alley. Valerie Burns, I'm trying to think, have I read any other mysteries by her? I don't think so, but I think this cover is like so cute. Like, she looks cute. And there's like a dog in here. Like, I read some of this while I was at the library, and it was pretty good so far. The only thing is, this is like a large, I don't know if you can see, it's a large print book, and that makes it look like, I guess it's longer than what it is, but I think it's going to be a pretty easy read because it's not too thick. So the next book I checked out is Everyone This Christmas Has a Secret, a Festive Mystery by Benjamin Stevenson. And look at this. This is like so thin. I'll be done with this in like a couple of days. But yeah, this looks very interesting. It says, this holiday season, celebrate with Ernest Cunningham in a murder mystery replete with all the Christmas staples, presents, family, an impossible murder or two, and a deadly advent calendar of clues. Ernest Cunningham didn't set out to have a career solving crimes, but here he is, 2 high-profile murder cases under his belt, which, if you're following the rules of Golden Age mysteries, as Ern always does, means it's now his turn to participate in the time-honored tradition of the holiday special. So he's not surprised when, between the lush valleys and soaring cliff tops of Australia's Blue Mountains National Park, the bodies start piling up on December 21st. The clues are abstract: a flashy magician's deadly trick, a heinous murder committed without setting foot inside the room where it happens. Ooh, the room where it happens, the room where it happens. That's Hamilton. A lethal paper cut and an advent calendar, because you know 'tis the season. The suspects are even more obscure. A blood-soaked amnesiac, a disgruntled prop master, a literally hypnotic twin, and herrings redder than Rudolph's nose. As Ernest begins making the list of suspects and checking it twice, he realizes he's up against the most devious plot he's faced so far. Will he make it home alive for Christmas? So yeah, very thin. It's going to be very easy to read. I think I'll like this. I think so. I hope so. And the last one is a book I was highly looking forward to reading. The first book by this author was called Traitor in Whitehall by Julia Kelly, and this is the second in her series with Evelyn Redfern. And the name of the book is Betrayal at Blackthorn Park. And that first one was really, really good. So I was so excited to see this in the library because I didn't even know that she wrote the second one. So yeah, I knew she was writing another one, but I didn't know it was out yet. And I was so excited that the library had it, so I got to read it right away. And here's the overview. Freshly graduated from a rigorous training program in all things spycraft, former typist Evelyn Redfern is eager for her first assignment as a field agent helping Britain win the war. However, when she learns her first task is performing a simple security test at Blackthorn Park, a requisition manor house in the sleepy Sussex countryside, she can't help her initial disappointment. Making matters worse, her handler is to be David Poole, a fellow agent who manages to be both straight-laced and dashing in annoyingly equal measure. However, Evelyn soon realizes that Blackthorn Park is more than meets the eye, and an upcoming visit from Winston Churchill means that security at the Secret Weapons Research and Development Facility is of the utmost importance. When Evelyn discovers Blackthorn Park's chief engineer dead in his office, her simple assignment becomes more complicated. Evelyn must use all of her and David's detection skills to root out who is responsible and uncover layers of deception that would change the course of the war. With mystery, intrigue, and the hints of romance, international best-selling author Julia Kelly is known for Evelyn Redfern Returns and Betrayal at Blackthorn Park. So yeah, of course, I started reading this one first. I can't wait. I can't wait to get into this even more. So that is what I picked up at the library in my second library haul. Please let me know if you guys have read any of these books. Let me know if you're interested in reading them. And as always, I will do a individual review of each of the books after I read them. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.